The Addison Care Virtual Reality Lab was dedicated with more than $350,000 invested by Las Cruces-based tech company Electronic Caregiver. Staff and students will use the lab to conduct aging and functional lifespan research, along with research of visual search scenarios and motor performance environments.
Not only can we immerse people in a new environment, but be able to figure out exactly what they're attending to. So for instance, did a visual searcher look at what they were trying to find? Did someone identify a falls risk or miss it because they didn't direct their eyes at it?
There are countless educational applications that can be considered as VR tech becomes more mainstream in classrooms across the country.
You'll be there at the time that maybe a Gettysburg Address is being given. The world of academics and this technology is limitless.
And yes, it may look like fun and games, but the lab managers say this will end up being life-saving tech.
We're working on search and rescue applications for family members and for rescuers who are looking for a lost dementia patient.
I tried a few of these stations, identifying objects and hazards around the house and navigating a potentially dangerous downtown. But experts are quick to point out that this is just the start of something special for the university.
I know they want to do additional investment in New Mexico State to make this, bigger than just this lab, and we have lots and lots of talent.
Anna Farrell Sherman is part of a group that's currently hiking their way through 13 parks to promote Prop 5, a constitutional amendment to dedicate funds from the sporting goods sales tax to the Texas Park and Wildfire Department. Prop 5 would mean more money to preserve the Franklin Mountains.
In El Paso, it's the Franklin Mountains that define and delineate our city.
There are places actually at Monaghan's Sandhill State Park where we were. Their bathrooms and their campground have been closed for the past 2 years because they don't have enough money.
At each stop, the group is working to raise awareness about Prop 5 before voters hit the polls on November 5th.
Between 1993 and 2017, this sales tax collected $2.5 billion.
But during that time, only 40% of that money went to parks. Supporters of Prop 5 say that its passage could lead to new visitors and perhaps lead to millions of dollars into their economy. Reporting from the Franklin Mountains, Alexandria Acosta, ABC 7. Last week, Joel Garcia was found guilty on 3 counts of intoxicated manslaughter. Judge Perez could have chosen to stack those 3 charges and hit Joel with a max sentence of 49.5 years. Instead, she opted to have counts 1 and 3 run consecutively, with count 2 running concurrently. The morning's proceedings included 3 victims' impact statements from those family members, including Tatiana Hernandez, who is Joshua and Isaiah's aunt. She began her statement by placing 2 tiny urns upon the stand, pointing to them and saying, "This is all I have left of Joshua and Isaiah." She also said that Joel's previous apologies in court were empty and hollow. After the trial ended, I spoke with the prosecution and defense attorneys to see how they feel about the judge's decision.
I have not seen a worse case of intoxication manslaughter in my career, and I trust the jury and I trust the judge, and so I respect the sentence of 33 years. It's not what we wanted, but that's what they said was justice in this particular case.
It was a very fair and just decision. It just showed what a good jurist she is for this community, because she had to balance 2 very strong competing interests. But, I'm glad that she took my argument to heart and did not combine all 3 sentences.
The victim's family hopes that this case helps with preventing future drunk driving tragedies.